I'm walking down that long, lonesome highway. It don't matter where I'm bound. Walking this long, lonesome highway, I know when I'm there I'll be found. Walking this long, lonesome highway, I don't know where I've been. Walking this long, lonesome highway, my heart is so full of sin. Walking this long, lonesome highway.
Then Jesus began to teach them that the Son of Man must undergo great suffering and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He said all this quite openly. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But turning and looking at his disciples, Jesus rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your mind not on divine things, but on human things." Then Jesus called the crowd with his disciples and said to them, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. For what will it profit them to gain the whole world and forfeit their life? Indeed, what can they give in return for their life?" Mark 8:31 through 37. I don't know about you, but when I lose something, I really want it back. I've lost things that were valuable to me, things that had sentimental attachment and things that meant something. I think the things that have meant the most weren't material possessions that I lost, but opportunities, a risk that I could have taken, time that I could have spent with my children, a chance to love and forgive. Henry David Thoreau said, "I did not wish to live what was not life, for living is so dear." He said Thoreau went to the woods because, in his own words, "I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and to see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not when I came to die, only to discover that I had not lived." What could you give for your life, indeed? What would you give for a do-over? But the real question isn't what would you give for your life, but what would you do with your life if you had a second chance? Would you play it safe? Or would you, like Thoreau, cut a broad swath and shave close? We don't get a do-over. We don't get a do-over. Let me ask you this. What is that one thing that you would do if you suddenly had all the money, the courage you needed? Think about that. Let me ask you this. What would it take for you to get up tomorrow and start working on that one thing. We don't get to do
To know him, but now I came to see. Just put your faith in Jesus. His love will set you free. Just put your faith in Jesus. His love will set